So I thought I'd take some live video as I walk the rain in 1.95. And of course, being a very bright, sunny day, one thing I always like to do is take a pause and appreciate how Nakipa is well lit, despite how bright the sun may be. So, spring day, coming up on the weekend. Yeah. I've started and stopped lots of blog posts recently, mainly because of time pressures, not being able to finish off an idea. But I intend to finish off some of those sooner than later. One of the ideas I'm ruminating on, because I like how it's pithy, and you know, when it can't be witty or smart, it can be pithy, is the idea that next week I'll be 49, and next week will mark the 48th month of the 60-month project of the rebuild. So I'm at the heading towards the 80% mark. Yeah. Peeps pass by because I'm a little self-conscious about recording, because it seems the wackadoodle will stare into a little box and say things. But anyways, yeah, 48 months out of 60, or a 5-year mission to kind of revamp and overhaul everything from sort of the last version of me to what's forming up to become the next version of me.
Then it's clear, right? Because it would be like, here's the approach, and you're like, ah. Exactly.
It's something I started off doing, kicked off with the name change when I was really dissatisfied and really despondent about being in a bad place and surrounding myself with kind of bad people, and started to pick up momentum thereafter. This year there's a big press of doing work to fix up my health, and by health translates to my weight. So hence the walks, the workouts, the diet, really trying to bring all that into focus, forefront, because I was just feeling crappy. And crappy in a way that didn't mean a medical intervention, just crappy as in I didn't feel good. So, yeah. Months 48 through 52 are going to be the prep months between now and the wedding. So that means it's the prep work to get my health as good as it could be, as August is tuxedo season, or fancy suit season, or however you want to call it. So, anyways, 49 will be 48 months. And in the last 12 months, I take it and bring it from ruin to focus, which, having done a renovation kind of house, is that thing. You have all the materials around, and it looks crappy, and you have exhaustion, and debris, and bills. You know, everyone's tired of eating food out of plates covered in paint and and then it goes from that to focused, finished and completed. And basically at 48 months, I've got painted all the plates. And the next 12 months is to bring it around so the goals of the rebuild all get satisfied. So that is all of it. It's the missteps about my career and income getting hammered out so they don't continue to happen. The health, which is well on its way to being mended, but it's work I have to pay attention to.
It's actually kindergarten.
I think a few genies I've put in the bottle health-wise, and chronic stuff is more or less put to bed. And after this, I got the finances worked out, I got the health worked out, the emotional stuff will come. It's going to, always battle man versus self. And then I will be where I want to be. And in the whole realm of incompleted blog posts, I did one I started on yesterday, and a video I started on yesterday about the concept of perfect. And the premise I'm working with is that perfect isn't a great thing to roll with. Because if you were to say there's a perfect person, let's even say there's a perfect man or a perfect woman, just to make it a little easier. Let's knock the numbers down from 7 billion to 3.5 billion. So theoretically, if there's perfect, there's one perfect person and 3.5 billion runners-up. And that odds are you probably are somewhere in the middle of the pack between 1.75 billion duds and 1.75 billion people who are better than you. And that feels like a really peculiar play out of the odds. So I don't like that game. So what if it were a little more closed down, and instead of be that you're one perfect person in the middle of 3.5 billion people who are better and worse than you, that instead it's that perfect isn't the key thing. That perfect is an abstraction that takes away from whether or not you're happy and you're feeling good and things are working for you, and that someone else's shit show could be your perfect and vice versa. So just keep the relativism in mind. Having donned my spring jacket and